Hey, it's your girl Kdiddavis, come back out to you one more time. So I'm gonna do a couple of videos today, looking like, you know, who did it, and why. Guys, I love doing content. I'm just saying, I love doing content. I'm honestly sometimes don't like doing the shelter content as much, but I know people need help, and you know why I don't like it? Because I feel like I don't have nothing else to say. But when they ask me questions, I'm like, maybe I do have more things to say. I don't know. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I feel like, did I say it already? Am I explaining it properly? Maybe that's why they asked the question. Probably just didn't watch the other video. I don't know. But I'm here to do the content because I do love to help people. That's one thing I love to do. I do a podcast also to help people with resources and help people tell their stories about how they were in shelter or housing insecure, house surfing. I said house surfing? Couch surfing and things like that. So I love giving out the information. I love helping people. Yeah, I like doing this kind of job. I get like my job is doing this. It's advocacy. So I definitely love doing it. Trying to push it to my bed, Lord. So that's what I do, and this is not how I started YouTube. This is not why I got into it to do that, but it has come to this point that this is what I do. So I'm willing to help. I'm willing to get my stuff out there. Well, get the information out there so you can be able to get helped. A lot of people watch my videos for many different reasons, just to support me sometimes. But a lot of times people come and see the titles of these videos, and it does help them. So I was gonna do the Housing Connect one first because somebody did ask me for that more recently. But I did say this for a long time before a person told me to do that. Probably gonna do it right after this video. But I'm a spare the moment kind of person, guys. This is what I'm gonna say. I do want to get to other content. Well, not other content. My vlogs. Like, I think it's, you know what it is? Well, this is technically more easier to edit because my kids are not here. So I probably should like this more because I just want to share my life, and I always want to be an actress. So even though my life is real, but the camera's following me around. I love it. Let's be honest. That's what I love. So that's what I do. I'm just like, but I'm happy vlog became a thing. Let me get out of here. I'm gonna actually go through some questions on my I should have pulled it up first, but I didn't think I was gonna do this first. I was gonna do the Housing Connect one first, and I know I'm talking hella fast. I'm sorry about that. So, ooh, I got 171, baby. I just made one more person. You know, the mirror, because I'm on the front camera, not the back camera. Probably be better for the back camera. Because I'm in front of my mirror, probably would have been better if I did a back camera. But y'all see me anyway. Y'all like, yeah. I hope the quality is great enough. Sorry. Anyway, I just literally got one extra. It was 1,711 before. Now it's 1,700. Hey, thank you, Jesus. Just saying. Okay. So I should have this on dark mode. At least I have it on dark mode on my phone, but because I don't use this phone that much, this is my work phone. I don't really have it on dark mode right now. So I'm gonna go through the stuff I responded, and I'm gonna go look, because it's easier for me to just go like this and just look at them because I responded to all of them already. Well, yeah, I responded to all of them already. So because of that, one person answered the question of my favorite color. This person's gonna win. I think I said $25. I don't remember exactly which one. When I get paid tomorrow, I'm gonna ship it out to that person. So yes, It's doing what you want to do for me, okay? Doing what you want to do for me, okay? I'm gonna go back to what I responded to. Let's see what this person's question is. I'm gonna probably, you know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to screenshot, so I didn't have to go through this problem. And Timu, that would make my life much easier. Also gonna be, I think, shelter and city faps kind of thing. I got a lot of questions on all of them, so I think I'm just gonna, you know. You need a open. Somebody said, do you need an open public assistant case for city theft? That's basically what it is. I'm not going to read word for word. God, no. I remember what the questions are, so I can just kind of paraphrase. You know what I mean. I'm going to basically make it shorter so I have to read the whole thing. And I hate reading in general, so people can hear me read. So, yes. But I read it already and I already answered it. They said you need a PA case, right? So they said that's how the money kind of rushes on through and things like that. So I guess the answer is yes. I feel like it's a workaround for everything. I'm not gonna lie to you. But they do it based on how much you make. That's city faps. If you don't know what that is, the voucher you get when you're in the shelter, or if you go to a home base to get it. They have different kind of city FEPs. They have different kind of FEPs and city FEPs. It sounds similar, but one is not for everybody, and one is for, well, city FEPs is for people who came through the shelter. It's for family shelters. It's not for youth, just for what I understand, which is kind of weird, but whatever. They have like a practice one kind of thing, and then they're gonna take it out. It's whatever. Adults and adults things, I should say, and adults families. So that's what it is for right now. City FEPs. FEPs is basically when you don't have to be in a shelter, but you have to be on a certain income level. They put up the income level, I want to say last year or early this year. Usually when they make these rules, they make it in a time, but it takes a time for it to actually go in effect. So yes, they have city FEPs to stay, which is, I've done videos about this, but I want to explain it to people who are just seeing this right now, who wants to understand the whole thing. City FEPs to stay, it sounds like what it says. If you're in an apartment right now and you're going to stay in that apartment, but you need help paying the rent, that's what that's for. The landlord has to say yes to it. All landlords don't take the vouchers. You know, they're supposed to because it's against the law, but they don't care. So what you gonna do? Well, you can do a lot, but see where I'm rigging and driving, and I messed up the thing. But I said the FEPs things are. Also, they have another, probably I should do all of them. They have a voucher called soda. So that gives you rent for a year. Usually people with higher incomes get this. You can use it in New York City, and you can also move out of the state with it. But you have to show them that you have a place, you have a job, that you can afford to stay over where you are, kind of thing. And also city FEPs and those things going to stay in New York City. They have Section 8. Section 8 is basically all the states have it. You can switch from state to state. From what I understand, with transfer, you go and stay there at least a year to get out, and then you can move. Transfer for city FEPs, usually you're supposed to be able to transfer, but they'll make it as easy as they make it seem. You stay a certain amount of time before you can transfer out. Also, they have EHV, which is closed already, but it's the bootleg version of Section 8, and they mostly got a lot of people in the shelter to get that. Also, if Section 8, they have it in New York City, even though it's closed, but it's open for people if you go for the courts with DV cases. So you can get a Section 8 if you have a DV case. So it's close to the rest of the people, but the DV cases, which is, you don't know, domestic violence, they have their stuff open, which I understand because they need the help. Why not? I'm just saying, you know, don't be that person who say they don't need the help. No, things happen. If you watch my if you listen to my podcast, let me just say this, it's not my podcast, it's my job podcast. I'm the person and the voice for it. Now the face and now the person who says it, but we also have another person who's coming out who's doing a Spanish version, and it's obviously not me because I only speak English, and I'm at this point, you see, I'm just kind of struggling to even slow down and speak to y'all right now. So, which is crazy because I feel like on podcast, majority of the time I'm talking slow and not fast. But like my YouTube channel, I guess I'm extra, so because I'm excited to talk to y'all. I'm like, I mean, this is work, but I think even with sometimes at work, I'm talking like, but why am I in somebody's DMs? I did not mean that. I think this video might be longer than I expected because, and you know I'm not going to edit this because I see, what's the point? And you could use you can use all of them in every borough. You know, there's 5 boroughs in New York City, and it's not Long Island, it's Staten Island, because people tend to not know that for some reason. I'm sure to update in NYC, Path, do they look, figure out, all right. So this person, I think there's multiple questions in here, so I could get a lot from here. Maybe I could do a second video, depending how long this is actually going to be. So the person's asking about Path, and they asked, do they go to the home? Okay, so a lot of things change from before owner to after owner. From what I understand, they have not started going, all right, this is basically eligibility. If you don't know, you have to be eligible before you can go into shelter with the family shelter and Path in the Bronx. Hopefully it can open up other ones in different boroughs, but right now it's in the Bronx. And you go there, they have 2 sectors. They have just regular family, they have DV family, which is called Nova, but sometimes it's even hard to get Nova. Honestly, it's probably easy to go to Safe Horizon and go into DV through there, to be honest. The people complain about that Nova program, but I digress. So you go in, they give you all these forms you got to fill out. If you don't know, you need ID for you and your kids. If you are 2 people, a lot of times in the shelter, there's a lot of single women going in. There's single men, and there's people who are just man and a wife and their kids. But most times there's a lot of single women, and most the top tier of them is black, and the Hispanics are down, and then others are after. And what you need for your kids, if you're a single person without another significant other with you, you need your ID, birth certificate for you and your kids. You need to basically that, and you need to say, like, if you are got evicted, if you got, what else, if where you've been for the last 2 years, so like the process to go smooth, what you need for the last 2 years, like where you've been living in and at for the last 2 years, to make it easier for your life. And somebody told me this, I'm not gonna tell you who. They said, oh, if a person say, oh, I just moved because it's uncomfortable, don't say uncomfortable. Don't say overcrowded. Say, I fear for myself. You know, you can put on probably domestic violence, to be honest. But I fear for me and my kids, and it's making me uncomfortable, which technically is the truth. Most of the time people are leaving, and when they talk to you about what's going on, it's usually fear while they're leaving this place. Or it could just be overcrowding too. But sometimes it makes you uncomfortable. You just don't know what people, especially in this now day and age, people get uncomfortable, they get kind of violent. I don't trust it. If you need to move, sis, you better move, bro. I'm just saying. So you need to know where you were in the past 2 years. If there's a small gap, like a week or two, and you don't have that, just honestly just try to smooth it all together as the best as you can. Don't put that week or two that you somewhere in. Don't put that month if you don't have to. Try to get an address was kind of consistent, and that's the way to kind of do that. And you need a letter from the landlord, an eviction letter. Honestly, the eviction letter is the best one. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the easy way to get in. If you have an ACS case, it's another easy way to get in. Because they probably look at, usually the case ACS worker will come with you sometimes, and you go through your stuff mad fast. Like, you go faster than everybody else. They come in there like mid this, and then they go right through because they're not playing no games, which is crazy that you have to even go to that point to even get that, but that's what happens. What else? You need 2 years of information, like bank statements. You could use, credit cards still bank statements. Stuff from your child's school, so they use this address that gives send a mail here or whatever. What else? Doctor's information, insurance information, anything that shows that you've been at a certain address for a certain amount of time. Bring that. Sometimes they want you to bring every single month, but if you bring something from January and it moves to June, they think in their minds if it's from January to June, you must have been living there the whole time, so you don't probably do consecutive, but sometimes it's weird. So just bring that. You can bring a notarized letter from somebody also saying that you can't live there anymore, because say if you just got, unless it's eviction, that's kind of different. If you live somewhere for say a year and a half ago and you live in a different place now, they'll try to go to that house. Well, they don't, because the owner didn't go to houses that much, they mostly just call. But when I was in there, they went to my old house in Queens and they put a letter on the door. That's why they denied me a couple of times too. They try to go to, I know people who they went to their house before owner, but now they do more of the calls and stuff like that. So, oh my gosh, I have to go. So I'm gonna just do one more question and we have to leave. I'm sorry, I gotta do another video, a part 2. I'm also gonna be doing the housing connect soon. Maybe not today because I'm about to get my daughter. Maybe I can do it today, I'm not sure. I put in this light for no reason because this light is not catching me. Well, this clothes catch me more, I guess. Yeah, but this bag is not catching. My bigger one would have been more, I don't know. So let me just do this one. I wish I would have went to the meeting in person, but with the KK being at school, it's not working. For next video, I think I might have to just screenshot and call it a day, because doing the swipe up thing kind of thing is not working for me. What questions can I answer? I have no idea. Looking up to the path and family. Oh, I didn't explain this part. Duh. If you come with another person with you, who is they saying their baby father, whatever like that, or if you have court documents saying that you're out together, that's good. Like married, legally, whatever. If y'all not legally whatever, but y'all just boyfriend, girlfriend, the father's name have to be on the birth certificate, because they're gonna check that out. So if at least one of your kids, if you got 5 kids and one of them is one of their kids, that's fine. But the name has to be on the birth certificate to make it the process easier. If not, you're gonna try to split y'all up. He gotta go somewhere else and go to a single shelter because he by himself. We have to split the kids up and split up to different shelters, but that's crazy. But anyway, we go to my meeting because that's my job. Anyway, guys, love to see you. Subscribe, give it out. I'm just saying. Bye.